Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're just a few minutes away. I would say about 7 minutes from a major announcement of what Ticket Blitz Thursday will be 2 days from today. So right around this time on Thursday, Ticket Blitz Thursday is something incredibly special. You're going to want to be here for it. Just mark it in your phone. But we will tell you what it is shortly, in just about 6 minutes, because first I have to get to this news story. Last week, we followed the story of a Crown Point, Indiana raccoon that was mercy killed in our listener V's driveway in Crown Point. Boy, was that a story. And to go back to the podcast, we always recommend if you miss a show, you think you missed something or didn't miss something, well, this is something you should have followed for 3 days with us. Around this time, talking about that raccoon, it was mercy killed in her driveway because it was, quote, acting really weird. Mm-hmm. It might have been distemper.
Yes.
Which is very contagious and can kill dogs, so it was taken out.
Might have been.
I don't know if the autopsy results are back yet on the raccoon.
I don't know either. I know that I was sent the Ring doorbell footage by V, our crew member, and I decided not to post it because it's greatly upsetting watching a raccoon get shot 4 times from point-blank range.
It was really sad. I will say that people are treating us like we're like Epstein because they like release the files.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We're getting a lot of those as if we're like hiding footage.
Yes.
We just think it's disturbing and we don't want to promote animal cruelty.
We just think it's a giant bummer.
Yeah. It's not like we found out our bosses in the background did something they wasn't supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it wasn't on my bingo card for 2025 to be lumped in with Epstein, but hey.
Oh, I was expecting it any day now.
I will say we do keep little sidebars for Piece of Garbage Madness. Should the sheriff who killed the raccoon be on there?
No way.
Yes,
no way.
Kenzie, great call.
No way. No way, because when you saw him take that raccoon down and walk away, and then the raccoon got up and said, "Hold my beer, I'm still coming after you," that was a messed up raccoon.
It was like at the end of Braveheart when he yells freedom. What are you talking about?
Your argument was there are good people on both sides, the raccoon and the sheriff. Should we put both of them on Piece of Garbage Madness next year?
I'm not saying the raccoon was good.
Oh, interesting.
I'm taking one.
Your Honor, I'm sorry.
I'm taking one side on this one because that raccoon, if it could kill dogs in the neighborhood, listen, I don't think you can describe
This is all alleged. You don't get to shoot it because, like, what if it could?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm waiting for the
Maybe
autopsy.
you could kill a dog in the neighborhood. Where's my shotgun?
I can't get distemper. I can get rabies. Can a human get distemper? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I know you can get rabies.
Can humans get I can get, you know what came in first?
What's that?
Fleas. I put can humans get and flea. Here's the things when you say can human
I
get.
think I'd rather have distemper.
Kinda. If you put can humans get in Google, it goes fleas, heartworm, kennel cough, rabies, bird flu, parvo. Don't know what that is.
Be careful. We don't know what we're reading. Just stop.
Okay, no, humans cannot get canine distemper, which is in animals like raccoons, foxes, and skunks. I don't know why it's called canine. I associate that with dogs, but
you could get rabies.
I could get rabies.
Get my shotgun in case he gets it.
Stop loading your guns with me. Stop pointing your gun at me.
Everyone knows Kenzie keeps her shotgun in the studio.
Go get it.
For moments like this.
God.
You're like my old yeller.
Well, here's a better story about a raccoon. A nurse saved the raccoon life by giving the raccoon CPR after it got drunk on fermented peaches. Quote, her motherly instincts kicked in when she found an unconscious animal in a dumpster. That's a lot. That's a big leap.
Wow.
Now, Kenzie,
that is a 180. That's a big one.
Since you love raccoons so much, Kenzie, is that something you see yourself doing?
Did she do mouth to mouth?
Yes.
This was going to be my question was, at some point, do you have to kiss a raccoon?
Well, here's the thing I'm confused.
In the dumpster.
I'm confused about CPR now because in the old days it was mouth to mouth.
But it went woke and it changed.
Once everybody went woke, you can't.
When they saw Brian tonguing down on unconscious people, and they had to take it away.
Or a raccoon for that matter. I wouldn't mind tonguing a raccoon.
There you go.
No, but I think now paramedics say you're not supposed to do that. You're just supposed to do the chest compressions is CPR, I think. I could be way off on that. Maybe we have some paramedics that listen.
I think there's different. I think they've said for babies, you're supposed to be careful because people would blow too hard for like their chest. I know that was a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think you're supposed to do mouth to mouth anymore.
Is it wrong of me that I'm less interested in CPR if I'm not doing mouth to mouth? To me, that's part of the whole charade.
Anytime I think of CPR, I just think of Michael Scott.
Yeah.
When she was like, do it to the beat of the beat.
Yeah.
And he's like, at first I was afraid. I was petrified.
back to Case there, thinking that CPR qualifies as getting some strange.
Whoa, I didn't say strange.
It sounded like that's what you were alluding
Yeah,
to.
it's a real talent show when I'm out there doing CPR.
Trying to get some tail to save some life.
I don't know. You know, some people go through stretches where there's not a ton of mouth-to-mouth going on, and if I could save a life and, have a
What?
You guys,
have a little fun.
this is why they took it away. Why do you guys ruin everything? Could you imagine waking up and a guy's like, well, I just saved your life, so you want to,
Yeah, you want to get out of here?
repay the favor,
Are you
or
down to
what's the
clown,
deal?
or what's the story here? You want to go back to my
I'd be
apartment?
like, you know what? Kill me again. I don't want to do that.
You know,
I
we've
don't want to
already
wake up to this.
we've already been to first base. How about dinner?
Yeah.
So this was a nurse in Kentucky. She'd gone viral for performing CPR on a raccoon that had passed out drunk after eating too many fermented peaches. It was near a distillery, and it passed out. Her motherly instincts kicked in. Now, the picture shows her giving chest compressions to the raccoon. That's why I'm wondering. I don't see mouth-to-mouth on the raccoon in the pictures, so I'm not sure we're supposed to do that anymore if CPR qualifies as chest compressions. She was a nurse, and she saved the raccoon's life. And, again, we look at the raccoon. He still looks kind of like, what the hell's going on here? Like maybe he was just wanting to go tapping out, just drunk, and all of a sudden this woman kind of got some strange from the raccoon.
Oh, God, Brian.
Everybody around was saying it's dead. It's just not going to make it, and it was not
What
breathing.
a weird thing to test out. She didn't know if it was dead or not. She's like, we'll put my mouth in this thing.
Yeah. It's a big leap. A big leap. The entire time she thought I was sort of afraid it would come to and then eat her. That was her fear.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, it would jump up and attack you.
Yep. Also, she knows raccoons can carry rabies. I'm afraid of that, but it didn't stop her from doing it. She said, I was surprised it lived, and it was so amazing to see something bring it back to life. And the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife for comment, they reached out to them, but they said no comment. Because they probably say don't do that.
Well, if she got rabies, luckily Dunder Mifflin has that walk to raise money for rabies, so they would have been fine.
For rabies awareness. We know the cure. We just have to raise awareness for it.
Yes.
Now, Megan checked in, and I'm going to trust that she knows this because I just feel like our crew members will. She said CPR on animals, you close their mouth and blow in their nose.
No.
That's not what I want.
Well, I don't think they want it either.
Well, they need to live.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, she said mouth to snout.
Gah. I mean, listen, I'm all for saving a life.
Can't you just get in here and, like, clap? Come on, guy, go ahead. Time to get up.
You're not waking a kid up for school.
Hey, let's go. Energy blow.
I
Far away.
I'm not sure who's a licensed paramedic or training, but a lot of people say you just do chest compressions now, Case. So sadly, you can't get any, anymore if someone's dying
pour one
to
out
save
for
their
your
life.
mouth.
Pour one
action.
out for woke CPR. This sucks.
Yeah, that's really good.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We have a wild Kenzie's Crimes on the way. Another edition of Kenzie's Crimes. But we told you right now that at this time, and Mikey in Hammond said, give it to me. He wants to know what Ticket Blitz Thursday is. He says he's here every day at this time. He has a window where he drives into work, and we appreciate that, but that the show is used as kind of segments at times. We'd love you to listen to the whole show, which the podcast is there later. But we understand your morning commute. You got to get to work because the boss, says, like, hey, get here. Don't sit in the parking lot listening to Brian and Kenzie. A lot of bosses say that, I think. A lot of them say that. They want people just to get to work.
Well, that's not fun.
Yeah, it isn't fun.
I like when Mikey and Hammond sits in his car.
I like it when he does that, too. And if you do
Asshole,
that,
what's he going to do, fire you?
I might. But that's why we podcast the whole show, and you can listen to it anytime you want later on if you can't listen to the whole show during the morning. We love it in real time. We love you checking in real time. But 8 o'clock on Thursday, Ticket Blitz Thursday, you know what it's going to be? 3-day passes for Riot Fest all day on Thursday, and it's more important than ever as we've already given them out tons of these, but it's next week. Riot Fest is next week. How the hell did that happen?
Yeah, not to alarm anybody, but we're staring down the barrel of another 3 days in Douglas Park.
How about it? And the weather's looking to shape up just fine as it gets back in the 80s later this week and early next week. Hopefully that carries through. But Riot Fest, 3-day passes starting at 8 o'clock this time on Thursday, so 48 hours away. And then we'll do it every hour. We'll do it at 9. Lauren will do it every hour. Brian Phillips will do it every hour. So all day long is your way to get to Riot Fest with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 this Thursday.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Mount Joy tickets at the United Center. We have those tickets coming up at the end of music and entertainment news. little reminder to you to put it in your phone right now that at this time, roughly about this time on Thursday, it'll be the second hour of Ticket Blitz Thursday, 9 o'clock, which is Riot Fest 3-day passes.
Woo!
Yes, woo is correct. That's the correct response. You will get there all weekend long with Blink on Friday, Weezer, Jack White on Saturday, Green Day on Sunday, among 88 other bands like the Beach Boys, like Dropkick Murphys, like the Ataris, like Hanson, like Weird Al Yankovic, and plenty others. I'm not going to keep going, but it's the
say all of them.
It's the 20th anniversary of Riot Fest. You have to be there. It's one of the greatest lineups of all time for a festival that always is the greatest lineup every year of all the festivals in the world. Riot Fest is next week. Kenzie planning her outfit. Temperature seems to be warming in the right direction for this outfit to be.
I hope so.
I guess was the quote full whore outfit? I can't remember.
No, you said on a scale of none, as in like church lady, to
Yes.
whore, what is it? And I said like 8.5, somewhere between 8 and 9.
Toward whore, not none.
Toward whore.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It leans whore
Now
on
only
the scale you gave me.
correct, which is like the Richter
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah.
It's
It's
scientists.
scientific.
Yeah, the none to whore scale
Mm-hmm.
for Riot Fest. And as the weather leans toward the 80s the end of this week and early next week, we're looking for probably that outfit.
Yeah, it's very stressful for me because I have a very vague job. Not a lot of people know what I do to begin with, but one of the most important
Aren't you just on
aspects-
Twitter? Isn't that what you do here?
I was recently accused of my job being, quote, Twitter for Q101.
That's okay.
Oh
Does
my
Twitter.
God, who said that?
I will not say
Tell me off
right
air.
now.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I was like-
That's why you're so crabby today. Oh my God, we found out. I am hyped right now.
But it's very
Yes.
interesting when Kenzie and I go out. Kenzie puts me on, quote, nipple duty to make sure that her
Yes.
nipples aren't present. And that's a very stressful part of my job. And at
Yeah.
Lollapalooza, the nipples were almost out multiple times.
I know you have to tell me because I'm just walking around and we're taking pictures with people. So if you see my nipple out, you have to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
As in, I put you on nipple duty during my headshots for Q101. And guess what? There's a huge picture in the hallway and my nipples out. There's a huge photo.
Yeah, come to the Q101 lounge. Check that out.
They framed it and I leaned over to the case and I went, oh my God, is that my nipple?
Next time you come to a lounge, which we have one coming up very soon relating to Riot Fest, Alkaline Trio, I'll be hosting that one. And that's coming up. But we'll have Kenzie's picture, behind. It'll be moved in the lounge, like behind the band.
Yeah.
If you could find the nipple, you want a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's no different than when you walk in a Catholic church and see a crucifix. We're going to be praying to Kenzie's nipple in the Alkaline Trio lounge.
Well, you failed that day because they framed it.
Lesson learned. And I
Lesson learned.
won't let it happen again.
Maybe you should do that job better and the Twitter job better.
Yeah, if you weren't staring at Twitter the whole time, you would have saw my nipple.
This is Case. He does a Twitter for Q101?
Yep.
Okay, all right. That's good to know where I'm at.
Pays pretty well.
Oh,
In
yeah.
Doing
fairness-
Twitter.
Yeah, I'm loaded.
In fairness, you know what I found out the other day? I can't get on Q101's Twitter. I was like, I don't have the password. I went to go retweet stuff.
We do change the password often, and an email goes out to everybody. I think Kenzie didn't see the last email,
I
or,
did not see it.
or you were not on it.
We're going to keep it that way.
Either way, I live
I
tweet.
like retweeting stuff.
You can go back there. I live tweet all the Bears games on our Twitter, the Q101 Twitter, which also can be frustrating. So, Riot Fest, Ticket Blitz Thursday, starting at 8 o'clock, 8, 9 for us. And Lauren will have it every hour, Brian Phillips as well. Huge for Riot Fest next week. Now, last week we announced that Morrissey is selling his entire intellectual property of the band The Smiths. He was just taking bids for everything. He's done. He's frustrated with having to deal with The Smiths. Pretty good band that he was involved in.
Pretty good man.
And he wanted to sell it. He put an email up that was this on his Instagram, eves7760@gmail.com. Don't know what that means. I think there's maybe a guy named Eves. He was born 7/7/1960. That's probably his email.
I don't know, because his go-to guy is his nephew, but his name is Sam, and that's not his email, because I may have emailed Morrissey's nephew at some point.
If he was like 77.
I'm sorry, what?
77 was my football number. We won 60 games in high school. That's why it was 7760. Either way, they've taken down the email because they got way too many bids on the Smiths. I'm sure everybody went in and said, "Hey, I got $1,000. I think he was looking for $100 million."
Well, it's disappointing for me because I said that this year's God Bless the Gravy donations were going to go towards me buying the IP to my favorite band of all time. I guess we're going to have to give that money to hungry children again, which
God forbid.
sucks.
Sucks saving Chicago lives.
I
It
know.
really does.
I really hate it.
Yeah. So Keep your money. No, just kidding. We'll launch that shortly and hopefully we'll set a record because last year we did.
Very much so.
In food donation for the Greater Chicago Food Depository. See, we're good people.
Do you need to remind yourself of that?
Sometimes.
Look at us, huh?
So last week, because of my wife and Case's urging, I watched The Summer I Turned Pretty.
That's right.
Without knowing the first 3 seasons of it, it's the #1 show, or one at least the top couple on all the streaming platforms. I just watched. There's 3 episodes left in the entire series.
Well, now 2.
Now 2. I did watch it. I loved it.
That's right.
It's the best show ever for only getting a recap from my wife and Case on what's going on for 3 full seasons and just watching an episode blind. It's kind of fun, to be honest, to jump into a show because I think maybe you're like me and you feel overwhelmed by all the shows and everybody telling you, you haven't seen this, you haven't seen this. Maybe just watch the last couple episodes and not all the episodes of a season. It's still enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Now, Kenzie brought this to our attention that we haven't seen this, but she has, that we have to watch this. So, Kenzie, it's time.
Have to.
It's time for you to sell myself and Case and the listeners on Unknown Number.
Okay, so
Why?
this is Netflix's brand new documentary, Unknown Number, The High School Catfish. So this has probably the biggest twist, and you have to try to stay offline because if you look it up, you may see the twist. So be very careful if you're like, let me Google this and read all about it myself. Don't spoil it. So my husband and I watched this over the weekend, and when I tell you a genuine jaw on the floor moment near the end of this, it's insane. I now want to rewatch the entire thing knowing the twist. It's one of those that's so good you want to re-see it, okay?
Okay.
Not so good for the daughter. So Lauren Licari has been experiencing insane cyberbullying. Okay, so this starting at a really, really young age. She lives in a very small town, Beale City, Michigan. And again, like their high school, or their school, I should say, is a pre-K through senior year. That's how small of a city this is, one building.
Yep.
That's where you stay. So you all grow up together. And she starts getting these really weird texts from an unknown number. And they're obscene. Like they are sexually explicit, harassing messages. They're geared towards her relationship. She was dating a guy, and they were like, he wants to do blank, blank, blank to me. He has done this. Nobody cares you. Telling her to commit violence against herself. That no one hates her. Talking about her body. And this continues for about 2 years. Sometimes she would get over 80 messages a day, and so would her boyfriend, who, spoiler alert, I mean, they're young, turns into her ex-boyfriend at one point, because think about the amount of stress this has on a young teen relationship. They can't stand it. And they were hoping that the ending of their relationship would end the messages, because it seemed like maybe somebody jealous that they were dating.
Before you continue, Kenzie, Case,
Yes.
how do you feel about it so far?
So this is real?
This is 100% real.
This seems
The
like a
people in it-
bummer. I don't watch this.
Can I tell you, and I don't want to spoil anything because it's so big.
Okay.
Not only did they find out who did it, the person who did it, they get to interview in the docuseries.
So it's real, and they interview
It's
the person who
100%
did it.
real. Not only did they find the person who did it is in the series, and they confront them, and they know it, like they're getting interviewed about it.
Okay.
Somebody who spent about 2 years sending over 80 messages a day, obscene, editing photo. Like, this is like a full-time job. Like, they can't even believe it. Fake numbers every day, because you may be thinking, how come they don't just block the number? They're using like a number generator, so you can block a number, but now it's a new number the next day. It's out of control. Who did this? Out of control.
The text line is blowing up of people that have seen it, watched it, and the twist, they said, was nuts. All caps, a lot of blew my mind. I was mad.
Yeah, be careful, because some of these texts are giving spoiler
Yeah.
alerts, so don't just read them verbatim.
I'm going to block everybody here.
Yeah, block everybody.
Just to take care of that. I will give it a shot, because Kenzie wanted us to watch it yesterday. I'm like, Bears football, Monday Night Football, not going to happen.
I'll tell you what, you would have enjoyed this a lot more than you would have enjoyed last night's game.
I'm having regret.
But then Wednesday's The Summer I Turned Pretty, so you can't watch it then.
So I have to watch that tomorrow night.
No, that's BS.
No,
you
but
already watched it.
tonight's Tuesday. What's on Tuesday?
Can you watch it tonight?
I can try to watch it tonight.
Please, don't come up with something stupid.
What is stupid?
All the stuff you do.
That's not true. I do a lot of fascinating, interesting things.
They're always like, Oh, I called the guy. There's still a little bit of grain coming out of my dishwasher, so I called the guy. Then I was on hold, and before I knew it, it was 11. That's what you do all the time.
Okay, that's what I've done once, because our dishwasher has this grainy sand thing in it. If there's a good plumber out there that wants to hit me up and tell me how I can fix this, hit me up at 312-591-8300, because I can't figure out why our dishwasher, after using white vinegar and that lime remover that Kenzie you recommended, I still put a cup in there and I wash it, and there's this little dirt sand in the cup. I want to get rid of that.
Now you're running out of time already. You're never going to be able to watch this show.
I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Oh, my God.
You know what? We have Mount Joy tickets, but you know what? I'll try to watch it. It's one thing.
Please. It's one thing. You don't have to click on a new episode or anything.
What about
Like
you,
a
Casey? You
mini
gonna do
movie.
it?
Come on, Case.
No, I'm sort of into having a good time. I want
All the time?
I want to watch Belly and Jeremiah and Conrad. I don't really want to watch high school girls getting bullied.
But it's so good. Like, you know what I mean? Like the plot twist.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
What are you taking away from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101? Send in your takeaway right now, 312-591-8300. Something that was memorable to you. And I've tried to forget what happened last night, but we do have to acknowledge what happened in order to move forward, to get through these feelings. What are the stages of grief?
There's a lot of them.
There's 4.
No, I think there's more than that.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look.
No, hold on. Before you, Kenzie, you can look them up, but don't tell us. What are the stages of grief, Brian?
Pissed off,
Punching a hole in the drywall.
holding a steak knife for no reason.
Yeah, sending threatening tweets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Comment section threatens.
Yeah.
And then finally, acceptance that you're a piece of crap, I guess. I don't know.
And the world keeps turning.
Is that the 4 stages of grief, Kenzie? You find it yet?
So there's 2 programs. There's the 5 stages of grief, and then there's the 7 stages of grief.
7?
I see. 7's what I thought.
I thought it was 4. What's the 5?
Okay, so
Why can't we hear the 7?
I can't handle 7 right now.
Okay, no, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read the 5, and then I'm going to read the 7 so we realize what they added when
Okay.
they realized there was more issues people were dealing with.
Some woke person came in there and added 2.
Okay,
All right, what are they, Kenzie? Give them
so,
to me.
and then I'll tell you the 2 that were added.
Okay.
So the 5 stages, the initial plan before the expansion, there was denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance.
Okay, denial that the Bears are actually bad. 'Cause
Yeah.
in the first half, I still had the denial.
Yes.
Yes, then anger.
Anger happened when they blew even before the halftime. I thought they had a chance to put points on the board more than they did. They let the Vikings come and score 3 points to even kind of even it up. That's where anger started.
Okay.
Then what was the next one?
Bargaining.
I was bargaining with myself that the Bears could possibly still salvage the season by the third quarter after the pick 6. I'm like, okay, things are going to be okay.
You were probably doing some bargaining on your Circa Sportsbook last night, too.
Absolutely.
I didn't mean to put that $10 there. Let me have it back.
All right, what's 4?
Depression.
Oh, depression hit when J.J. McCarthy remembered he's a pretty good football player.
Yeah.
A local boy done well. And then what happens?
Acceptance.
I accepted the Bears season is going to be what it is. And I said 10-7 yesterday. Maybe it can still happen, but I don't think so because I had this is a win and next Sunday is a win. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Now, the 7 stages of grief, it switches up. It starts with shock. They added shock.
Brian was shocked at the
He
outcome
was shocked.
last night.
Okay, I was shocked. Was denial first in the other one?
Denial was first, now denial second in the 7 stages. So it goes shock,
Yeah.
denial,
Yeah.
anger, bargaining, depression.
Yeah.
This is the new one that they added. Testing, which means exploring new ways of living or coping with the loss. Like if you're like, maybe they'll be good next year. I don't know.
God.
And then acceptance.
Yeah.
So they added shock and testing.
I was testing me as a Bears fan lifelong that is it worth it? So I was testing myself last night before I just accepted. Or depression is the last one or acceptance?
Acceptance. You don't end on depression.
Yeah, you end on depression, you never get better.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's where we're at. All right, glad we cleared that up. Yeah.
Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
You can figure out where all these things were. I mean, for example, it started off great last night with Jim Cornelison, the best anthem singer in the business from the Blackhawks, doing it at Soldier Field with a flyover. How could this be a bad night? Let's go tax dollars. Give me those jets. If I'm paying taxes for anything, I'm paying for those flyovers, man. I'm fine. I'll sign off on that one. Give me a flyover. I'm good. I'm good. Give me the flyover. And then things started off nice. Caleb Williams in the opening drive got the Bears on the board. 10 plays, 61-yard drive, ended with him scoring his first rushing touchdown of his NFL career with the Bears. Things are going to be just fine.
They're down in 6. Williams, a lot of room, looking for the end zone. He is in. Touchdown.
And then I get a little bit angry before the half. They could have had opportunities. There were some bad ref calls. I'm not blaming the game on that, but there were certainly some bad calls on the Bears as they had so many damn penalties. But then come back, you get his former teammate, J.J. McCarthy, even though he didn't play last year, but Nashawn Wright was on the practice squad for the Vikings, now on the Bears, and gets a pick six.
Play clock is at 1. They just got it away on 3rd and long. Watch out! Picked off. There's Wright. Down the sideline, gets a block, and now a touchdown. The former Vikings, pick 6.
Now, J.J. McCarthy, local product from LaGrange Park and Nazareth Academy. Very happy for him, but just didn't want him to win. I want him to have a stellar game and be really good. After the Bears took that 17-6 lead, the rookie led the charge. The Vikings comeback, scoring 21 unanswered points, taking the lead with a 27-yard pass to running back Aaron Jones of the Viking. This was the really anger part.
Oh, the really anger.
That's a part of denial and whatever.
That's the 8th. That's actually, there's 8 stages now. Really angry. That's angry, really angry.
Really angry.
McCarthy. Pass is caught. Spinning grab by Aaron Jones. And somehow, some way, the Minnesota Vikings are on top.
No, Mr. Bach, you weren't watching enough Bears games. We knew it was all coming. It was all falling apart. And at the end, Ben Johnson, new coach, he said the right things. I mean, it's not a bad press conference when he took some accountability. I love it when other people take accountability.
Yes, they all should be taking accountability.
Everybody.
Obviously, a disappointing way to start the season there for us. Have a 17-6 lead and then see it go the way it did there in the fourth quarter. We said going into week 1 that the team that would make the least number of mistakes would win the game, and unfortunately we were on the wrong side of that. We made too many there late in the game, myself included. There were a number of things that I could have done better, of things that a number of guys could have done better. When you look down at the stat sheet and you see 12 penalties, that's got to get cleaned up in a hurry, and yet we've been saying that all training camp as well. So guys did play hard. They played with great intensity, great effort, and I hate to see that they didn't come out with a W there at the end. No one's going to feel sorry for us. It's going to be a quick turnaround here to get going for next Sunday in Detroit, our first road game. And so we got to turn the page here quickly.
Wasn't too bad. Let's turn that page real quick. Let's turn the page out.
Let me tell you something. We have nothing to worry about. They're going to change everything quickly. So
It sounds like they're going to throw away the page. Not just turn the page quickly, they're going to throw it away.
New book.
I would have loved the press conference to sound like this, though.
Well, what happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked. Or the second half, we just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk.
You love that, don't you, kid? That's how it should have been.
So funny.
I love how the assistant coach is over there catching strays, not even realizing.
No,
Wait, we sucked? I'm trying to remember. Well, we turn the page quickly, and I'm sure everything's going to be great. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren on the way and take you to this glorious day, at least the weather-wise. Not so much after the Bears game. Some of our takeaways involving that, of course. But your takeaways may not involve the Bears. Last night's Monday Night Football. Takeaways from today's show that we talked about. 312-591-8300. Case, what do you got?
Takeaway from Dakota, CPR went woke, and now you can't do mouth-to-mouth on a raccoon.
Boo.
Sucks.
This is what they're taking away from us.
Yeah, but still try to save people.
Of course now. Come on.
If you can, just without putting your mouth on them. Kenzie, what do you got?
I got from Joe Takeaway, the weather for Riot Fest will be an 8.5 on the horse scale.
Yes.
So it is leaning that direction.
Now, we will keep you updated on that horse scale where we go throughout the weeks, but a week and a half out from Riot Fest, it's looking pretty whorish.
Because weather changes, It could end up being a 6.5. It could end up being a 9.5.
Can you imagine if Riot Fest turned out to be toward the 1, the nun scale?
Wow.
Nun meaning the nun, the religious nun. Not,
N-U-N.
Yeah, not nun whore.
But there'd be none whores there.
That's right.
Sorry.
Finally, Tony checked in. Takeaway from now on, we'll be praying to Kenzie's nipple in the Q101 lounge. Next time you go to a lounge, just keep an eye out for it. Can't miss it.
You get a t-shirt if you can point it out. You can pin the tail on it.
Case, what's on the podcast?
Well, this morning we had a crew member call in to explain their beef with Brian and Kenzie. We were forced to do a live apology on the air to somebody that felt like we wronged them, which does not often happen, but that happened in the 6 a.m. hour this morning. Of course, Brian had his first crash out over the Bears in 2025. So if you missed that lives on the Brian and Kenzie podcast.
Ugh.
We have a raccoon update, different raccoon story. And not a tragic result this time. That story, an uplifting raccoon story about raccoon CPR is on the Brian and Kenzie podcast. And it's Tuesday, a new Kenzie's Crimes that is getting rave reviews from myself, Brian, and the entire text line. So well worth going back and listening to that if you missed it.
And remember, you can just go back to the podcast anytime you want to listen to the whole thing, the entire show, anytime, anywhere. It's there for you.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.